death is through the apple tree. Life is a lady's breath. Life is a mystery.
Well, howdy there, folks. It's time for some Dota. Let's do it. Oh, man, what a way to kick off a cast. All right, it is time. We're ready. Let's go. Amateur Dota 2 League Season 3 kickoff. This is the first set of games from the Amateur Dota 2 League, and there's a lot of games going on right now. We got something like 90 teams or something. I don't know how many games we have here. I haven't even bothered to count them. I don't know what the numbers are, but we've got a huge amount of people playing in this tournament here, so definitely going to be a great time. I've got 4 games to cast for you tonight. The first 2 will be between Special Tactics of Dota and Los Meepos Hermanos, and we're jumping into that first game right now. Things are getting underway. I'm really, really excited to be casting these. So, getting underway here. There's something I meant to say, but now it's kind of just slipped my mind. What was it? What was I going to talk about? What was I going to talk about? I don't know, man. Whatever. It's time. It's time. I've said that like 9 times. But apparently it's not time for Mr. Art over here, because he's running on a wooden PC, getting this thing going, kicking off his treadmill to get his computer processing. But that's okay. So like I said, Season 3, it's kicking off. Things are looking crazy. So we are back into group stages for this tournament, which means that we are looking at best of 2s tonight, hence the 4 games. So basically what is going to be going on is we're going to have... how a best of 2 works is you start off and you play 2 games. And for every game that you play, you snatch yourself a point, and those points can contribute towards the league standings, and whoever comes out with the most points at the end of it will be admitted to our playoffs, and that's pretty much how it goes. Pretty easy, pretty simple. 2 games, win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 2, or 2, lose none. Habida, words are really hard. But yeah, looking good. I am really excited for this season. Like I said, lots of teams signed up, lots of competition abound, and many returning favorite teams. Definitely looking forward to this, as well as the AD2L Invitational, which includes a lot of teams that have participated in Seasons 1 and 2 and done really well. That includes Los Meepos Hermanos, this team right here. Actually, I'm not sure if it is this team in particular. Cubano, who is going under the name Cubby in this game, he plays for this team, and I don't know if he plays for another as well, but he's also going to be participating in that invitational as well, like Team Lucid and a few others. I'm not entirely sure on who's part of that, but either way, it's bound to be a good time. So, getting into this game here, we've got a flurry of picks and bans right off the start. We got the Timbersaw, the Bristleback, the Slark, and the Visage all being banned out. Very, very appropriate bans, I would say. Not too surprising there. Getting into the picks, we got the Invoker and the Nyx Assassin getting snatched up right off the bat. So, loving that Invoker first pick. He is such a strong hero now, and I love him. He's so good. He's so good. Love me some orbs, man. Love me some orbs. All right. Just spending a little bit of extra time here getting their second pick determined. Cutting into their reserve time quite a bit, about 40 seconds knocked off of that right off the bat. So this could be problems. All right, now they pick up themselves a Lich. So they've got 2 decent supports, but not some of my favorite supports. I mean, Nyx Assassin is fantastic. I do like him. However, he's kind of a snowbally hero. He's either just completely stomping or completely getting rolled, and I just don't like heroes like that in general. They're kind of iffy, whatever. It's just not my favorite pick. Nyx is a great hero in general. Lich. Once again, I've spouted my problems with this hero many a time, and a lot of them stem from how obnoxious he is in real games. But, I mean, the thing about Lich is that he just doesn't offer a whole lot. I mean, he denies a lane, which is good. You can use that in your off lane or your mid lane and just kind of keep things at bay. He offers a little bit of armor, a little bit of damage, but I mean, he doesn't have control. He's only got a small amount of burst damage, and it's really hard to lock anybody down with a Lich. He kind of just throws out all of his spells and hopes the damage is enough. And if you have things like Mechanism, if you have things like Force Staff, things like even a Pipe of Insight, it really makes him pretty irrelevant. So you know, I'm not a huge fan of Lich, but he is still a very standard hero in today's meta, and I mean the deny does play an important role. So they're gonna run him, and I mean I don't blame him. I don't blame him. He's a decent pick. Either way, Mirana getting snatched up by Lost Meepos. So we're now this is either gonna be an offlane Mirana or a carry Mirana, and I would kind of like to see both. I'm thinking maybe tri-lane. We'll have to see. Miranas and tri-lanes have been very, very popular recently. And whether it's on a support role or on a carry role, she's been doing really well. And its combo is just super good with a lot of interesting heroes. Now, Shadow Demon is banned out by Special Tactics, so that's not going to be available to set up that arrow. And if they ban out the Bane, they're going to have a real problem setting up that arrow. So we'll see what they do. But the Darkseer and the Luna being banned out by Lost Meepos, so... not entirely sure on the Darkseer ban. We haven't seen a lot of Darkseers around. But the Luna I kind of get. They picked up their 2 supports. Luna would be good, blah, blah, blah. So they take that. They take that out of the pool. Now, looking at that last ban here, they're going to ban the Clockwork, so the Bane Mirana combo is still available. And, I mean, there are still a ton of heroes that can make that happen, whether it be a Rubik or, I mean... Rubik Ancient Apparition with a Mirana is actually a really good combo. You could run a Naga Siren with that. You could run, I mean, fuck Earthshaker, you know, anything really. So it's up to them how they want to run this, but we'll have to see in their next pick. Now, Special Tactics taking their time with this to pick as well. Just kind of spending their time making sure they're getting the right heroes, and I mean that's the way to draft. Quite often I will run my draft down to 0 seconds and just stare at heroes even if I have someone in mind, just in case something pops out at me at the last moment. Now, a hero I would love to see tonight, and maybe for Special Tactics, they got a decent lineup for it, is the Ember Spirit. I just drafted him for the first couple times last night, and oh my sweet baby Jesus, is he fun. He's fun to watch, he's fun to play, he's competitive, he's good. I love that hero, man. He's one of my new favorites. I hope somebody picks him tonight. I don't know if we'll see it, but maybe. It would be really nice. He works really well with like heroes like Ancient Apparition and others as well. I've been theory crafting a draft with an Ember Spirit, a Magnus, and an Ancient Apparition. I want to fit all those in the same lineup so that you can just make Ember, like, destroy. He gets 1 Battle Fury, you throw on Empower, and just blow up everything. It's like a nuke. I would love to see that. But anyways, the Naga Siren is going to be the pick for Lost Meepos, so they're going to have that to set up the Mirana arrow, and that will be really, really nice. Gyrocopter, the pickup by Special Tactics, so... you know, that hard-forming gyro, and I do like this a lot, especially against the Mirana, or the Mirana, against the Naga, because, I mean, this is probably going to be a support Naga, so it's not going to be as much of an issue, but having those illusions come out and having the flat cannon up, they are just going to kind of disappear. I mean, there's not much that those illusions are going to offer. Even like Forge Spirits from Invoker, if he does choose to go Exort, will not be a factor either, so... you know, I do like the gyro. He farms really well and operates well in a lane that's pulled back, which will be the case because of that Lich pickup. So we'll see. We'll see what the goal is here. Now, this could also be an off lane or a mid Lich as well, which could throw off what I expect to be the lanes here. I think the Lich will probably be on support, but you know, he's a flexible hero. He can do as he pleases. We'll have to see.
5 seconds remaining.
Treant Protector. Okay, this is kind of cool. So this definitely will be a Lich not support. Probably going to the off lane. You don't see many mid Liches anymore. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. And it might actually be a good idea to put him mid too, because what he really denies is levels. It's kind of hard for him to deny gold entirely, but if you can deny levels from an Invoker, you're going to be really good going in the mid game here. So I think putting Lich mid is not a bad idea. It's not a popular thing. It's not something that many people do. But I think in this scenario, it would actually work out fairly well for them. So anyways, the Treant is going to be the pick for Special Tactics. So they're going to have the extra shield on their Gyrocopter and you know, anybody else who may get caught out of position, which... and he'll probably be on that support role, probably be on that 4 roll down on the bottom lane, pulling out the creep wave to the jungle, and just getting rid of it so the Gyrocopter can farm up. So we're looking at a very defensive lineup for Special Tactics right now. They just want to farm, pull waves away, you know, clear out the jungle, and just allow Treant to grab up those levels that he needs to get high levels in the armor buff, and then the Gyrocopter just farm up until he gets the late game. And right now, the Gyrocopter pretty much outweighs any of the heroes on Los Meepos. I mean, a support Naga can only get so far in a game. Marana, as a carry, cannot do too much. Invoker and Viper, pretty good, but I don't know if they stand up to a Gyro 1v1. So I think right now there's a very, very strong 20 to 35 minute lineup for Los Meepos, but any further than that, and the Gyro will be a very serious problem. So anyways, now it's looking like for Los Meepos, we're still going to be running that Marana Naga on a lane together. Whether what the roles are, we have yet to see. The Marana could be the support, the Naga could be farming, the Marana could be farming, the Naga could be supporting, or they could both be supporting a third pick here. So there's a lot that they can do with this lane. The Viper will probably be heading to the off lane, and the Invoker will be taking mid. For special tactics, like I said, the Lich, still undecided on whether he goes mid or off lane. I'd like to see him mid, just because he denies that Invoker up a little bit, but I think he'll probably be off lane, because that's kind of the standard thing for Lich. That's what a lot of people do, and you know, it's important to have that critical thinking of putting him in the mid if you have that chance, because once again, denied EXP against an Invoker is really, really important. So we'll see what Special Tactics choose to go for in their last pick here, and that'll help us sure up what happens. So these last couple of bans out here, the Death Prophet and the Doombringer, understandable, and yeah, it will be a Magnus for Special Tactics. So with that pick, I feel like they've given up the mid lane. Invoker will beat Magnus out pretty damn hard in most scenarios. I can't think of a scenario where Magnus beats Invoker unless there's like constant ganks or something. So they're really going to be hinging on just kind of keeping it together, waiting it out, getting their Gyro some farm, and then moving into the mid game where they can start to take team fights with RP and that Treant ulti. So I think they've got a great teamfight ultimate, or a teamfight composition. However, it's really going to be on them to make sure that they play smart and don't get caught out, because Los Meepos will have a very snowball lineup. So, anyways, getting into this game here, let's introduce the lineups. And I'm getting a shout out. Oh boy. Okay, so on the Viper we got Watashi wa Calfire. No clue. It's happening. Going to be playing on that Rubik Cubby Cubano Dota. That guy, he casts with me sometimes. He's going to be playing the Marana. He's heading down to the safe lane, so thought they were going aggro, but not the case. What? Great day. Going to be playing the Naga Siren. Dumb. No, yeah, they are going aggressive lane. Okay, I'm like, what the frig is Marana doing? Okay, yeah, they better be going aggressive with this lane. The Rubik... Oh, maybe aggressive with the Viper. That would make sense. That sort of makes sense. I don't know. Anyways... Let's get down to the other side. They'll figure out their lanes and ping at each other, and we'll get this thing sorted out. So Slice is going to be playing on that Nyx Assassin. We're going to see Neko-sama going to be playing the Lich. The top lane, we've got Art playing the Magnus. And Jesuke is going to be playing the Gyrocopter. And Salal is going to be on the Treant Protector. So, as I was saying during the draft, they are going to be putting Lich mid, which is a very intelligent move. Okay, so they were reading this, they were doing as I said, which is smart, but they're going to be putting the Magnus on the off lane. Magnus rarely plays off lane, which is why I wasn't making that assumption. There's dicks all over this minimap. Dude, what the hell? Like veins and everything. These guys, man. Alright, so it is going to be an aggressive lane with the Rubik, Naga, and Viper. I don't like this as much. I think the Viper should have just been on the solo lane. Actually, what the frag are these supports doing, man? They've got smoke, so I think they're trying to get like a gank off in mid or something once they see what the lanes are like, but they're just not doing anything. And, I mean, I think I understand the logic behind this. You know, they're trying to like... Actually, no, I don't understand the logic. Marana should be down here. It's not the case. And the supports are here, and they have made themselves visible, so they know it's an aggressive tri-lane, and they know there's some fighting to be done. Oh, what? Okay, so we did have a rotation here. So the Lich started off in mid, denied the creep, and then Nyx took mid over from him. Actually, I guess he didn't really take it over. I guess Nyx was mid, Lich denied, and then moved down to bottom. So I see what is happening here. I would have liked to see the Lich just playing strictly on mid, but Nyx will do pretty damn well against Invoker as well. Invoker having very high int score will get eaten up by that mana burn quite a bit, as long as Nyx doesn't get like trashed early on. So it'll be an interesting matchup here, but I think Nyx will be just fine. And yeah, this bottom lane going to be a Lich Treant Gyro. Very interesting. Oh my god! 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 No! 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 I'm so bad. Oh god. Oh god. Fuck. There we go. Alright, so I just casted the first 3 minutes of a game with the overlay up. Oh man, I am so bad at this. This is why I've stopped using overlays for the draft, because I've done this like 4 times. Fuck me. Alright, apologies. Man, the production value. Anyways, back to the game, back to the game, back to the game. Looks like for now, Invoker's standing on top of that CS score, 9-4. Marauder following shortly behind at 8-2, and then the Gyro and the Viper 5-3/2. So doing all right there. The Dire side having a slight advantage on that CS, but right now it doesn't quite matter. It'll all come down to CS score in 5 to 10 minutes, and what comes with that. Anyways, Viper getting harassed out a little bit here by the Lich, but cannot stand against him, so backs himself up, and Viper's just going to return to farming. Sentry's being dropped here, dewarding this cliff, but that's going to be contested right away, and Sentry's taken down first, so that they can deward, or so that they can, so their Sentry ward is safe, and then they get rid of the Observer shortly thereafter. So now out of wards, out of wards on the Dire side, which is a huge problem. That's going to mean no rune control. Well, I mean, they don't really need rune control. They got an Invoker mid. Invoker doesn't really go for runes in the first place, but yeah. Anyways, up on the top. I mean, these two heroes are just going to trade blows pretty evenly. Magnus will probably get a bottle for that offlane. Not as popular as well, obviously bottle and mid Magnus, but you know. So, his own deal. Now, Forge Spirit's popped up here by the Invoker, so these are going to help push the Nyx out of lane quite a bit. Oh my god, missed for blood. First blood. Oh, today is not a good day, man. Today is not a good day. First blood goes down on the Gyrocopter, and then Lich is picked up shortly thereafter. 2 kills go in the way of Los Meepos Hermanos right off the bat. 4 minutes into the game, and 2 kills up. Not too bad. Sentry being dropped over here to deward this Sentry. Not really necessary because whatever. Now Nyx is coming down here for a gank. He did find himself an Invis rune that was not Vendetta that he used there. So he walks in, gets that kill off, and the Treant does grab the last hit on that. So one other kill, swinging the way of STD, Special Tactics of Dota.
Radiant's middle tower.
Meanwhile, in the mid though, Invoker smashing down this tower, dishing out a good handful of damage. About 300 going down on that already, and he'll have to back off after this creep goes down. So dishing out his fair amount of damage, but not too big a deal as Nyx grabbed himself a kill and made it back to lane in time. 23-5 now up on this Marauder. She's sitting on top of the board with that CS, so she's doing herself really, really well right now. Ring of Akia up already, and Boots also picked up. Now, leap over the trees, get away from that Magnus. Mag is out of mana though, so he doesn't really have anything to contribute. For a tri-lane versus tri-lane, this is like the most boring tri-lane scenario ever. Like, jeez. Do something, you guys. None of them can really do anything because I think Special Tactics is too scared to move forward, and unless Meepos really can't do anything because the Treant armor, the Frost armor is just too much. And they're going to try it. They go forward. The TK goes down onto the Gyrocopter. They're trying to dish out that damage, and even through the living armor, they do manage to finish him off. So 3-1 now is the kill score, and Gyro does take a fall. So contrary to what I was saying, there's just not enough defending. And Lich went for 202, so he doesn't have the Frost armor available to him, which, I mean, I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not, just because of the fact that I think the ice armor stacks so nicely with living armor that it makes pretty much anybody impossible to kill. So it might have been a better idea to grab that up, but either way. The mid lane here, the Invoker going to start pushing things down here, and Nyx going to get up in his face, do a little bit of damage, but not really going to sway him. He's just going to go back to farming up creeps. top lane. Mirana's still doing her thing. Has chosen not to take Moonlight Shadow at level 6, which, oh man, nice arrow, nice arrow. Runs in. She's going to be able to get a Starfall down. Dish out a little bit of damage. We'll see if she does commit to fighting this. But after a Shockwave hits her, she will not. The Magnus really can't follow this up. I mean, he's got Arcane Boots. He might be able to like skewer and do a little bit of damage, but yeah, he's got nothing for now. Mirana's going to leap herself away and run back to base. Mid lane, a couple more trades here between the Nyx and the Invoker. Just kind of doing their own thing. Down here, looks like they want to go. They pull the Gyrocopter back, but there is no more control as the Naga wasted her net on the Treant, and so after a little bit of harass is thrown out, the Gyro will survive and gets Living Armored back up, so he's going to be able to continue farming in peace. He does have a salve in his inventory that he can use whenever he wants. How are we looking for...
Dire structures are fortified.
Got pings coming all over the place, man. All over the place. Nyx Assassin finds himself a haste rune. He has Vendetta up, so we could be looking for some serious killage over here. Pings coming out on that Mirana. What the hell, man? Nyx looking for somewhere to go, not finding it. There's nobody really on that bottom lane for him to go to, so he's going to return to mid. We'll see if he pops off Vendetta. Yeah, he does. Pops off Vendetta, he's going to go right in on Invoker, and Invoker might be caught here. Yeah, there goes the Impale, the Mana Burn, everything. Invoker's going to try to run himself away from this, but Nyx... Oh, Nyx cannot chase anymore. He needs... Oh, no. He is not getting out of that. Oh, Nyx is getting out of that. Invoker's getting out of that. Everybody's getting out of that. Nyx is not getting a kill out of that. That's what I meant to say. Now, going up top to check the rune. Going to discover that it's bottom. And it is a regeneration. Top lane, we're just doing the thing, man. This game is kind of odd because there's no one really taking pokes at each other. They're just kind of farming. And then when somebody decides they want somebody else to die, they're like, all right, you're gonna die, and then the fight breaks out for 2 seconds. Somebody dies, and then they go back to farming. Oh man, thus is Dota. Mid lane Nyx now completely out of mana. Does have a bot. Actually, he pops off that regeneration. He's got whatever the hell he wants. He may be looking for that kill here as Vendetta is off cooldown. He's just going to circle back around the trees and clear out this creep wave first. But I mean, if he ducks into these trees, pops off Vendetta, he may be able to get himself a kill on Invoker as he's sitting at about half health. But Nyx can actually TP down. He's down on that bottom lane, TP's into the trees, and then pops off that Vendetta. So we could be looking at some action here. Oh, Naga finds herself too far up, and the stun will land with the Mana Burn. They do finish off the Naga. Mirana did fall on the top lane. Actually, I think Magnus and her traded, but I think with that TK, Rubik should be able to get himself out of that. He's going to eat a little bit of damage from that Leech Seed, but that is about it. So, all that said and done, lost Meepos, give up 2 kills, and snag themselves 1 in return at Magnus. It looks like the Magnus and the Mirana kind of just jumped in each other's face.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Anyways, mid lane. Invoker. Pushing hard like an Invoker do, and gets himself down to mid tower. Lich coming in just in time to stare at the rubble and clear out a couple creeps, but Invoker's sitting pretty right now. He's got himself he's almost got himself some drums. He's got that magical level 9, which is where you get the 4 points Quas, 4 points Exort, which is really what you need. We do have a smoke gang coming in towards the mid here, and Invoker will probably TP back in to support this in a second. But supports actually look like they just want to go on it on their own. They find themselves the Lich, and with a Ensnare Sunstrike, they do manage to finish off the Lich. Now looking for that Nyx, but he's going to walk himself away from that with Spike Carapace up. No problemo. On the bottom, Viper's still farming himself up. He's 201, so he's doing pretty good. He's got the Ring of Akia and the Phase Boots, so he can catch up and do whatever damage he wants to. Gyrocopter, what's he go? Oh, he's going for Helm of the Dominator. I see. Kibano playing on that Mirana. He's got whatever last hits he can, and he's doing a pretty damn good job at it. And he's firing an arrow, leaps forward into it, but the Magnus does dodge that. Now looking to go a little bit aggressive, but backs himself away. I think he could have pursued that if he really wanted to, but he's got some TP support coming in from the Nyx. Looking for some action, and Kibano, if you don't run away right now, you are toast, man. you are toast. And Vendetta Strike, stun, bam. The Shockwave, they're going to look for it, and Magnus not opting to go for it. Going to pop off the Moonlight Shadow and run away, and Miranda does get out of that. Ooh, man. That was a Shockwave, not enough. Yeah, you got to be greedy with that stuff. You can't just let it go. If you had RP'd or even charged forward there, would have gotten some out of that. Now with the call down going down in the bottom lane, they finish off the Naga Siren right off the bat, and oh my god, that Frost Blast bouncing between heroes so easily finishes off the Rubik and the Viper. So, Lich MVP for that fight, gets himself a triple kill, and oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was a Lich who got the triple kill, right? Yeah, Lich. So, so big action there. You don't fight Lich in an enclosed space. That is just not good ideas. And we had two heroes just standing right here and bounce back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Action going down as the Invoker comes into this lane. What the hell is he doing? He is in the wrong neighborhood. Pops off those drums as he tries to run himself away. Nyx is now coming in, but coming in from the wrong direction. Going to try to cut him off from the river. And he's running away right now. He's got nothing, man. He's got nothing. The best he could hope for is to pop off that magic wand and just TP out. But yeah, that was all he really could do. But he pops off an ice wall, and it's just not going to be the Sing Sing jukes there that so many people saw on YouTube just this last week. And yeah, he just wasn't high enough level. If he had one more level, he would have a point in Wex and would be able to Ghost Walk out of that, but that was not the case. Marana dodges a Shockwave with that leap, moving forward onto the Magus. Oh my god. Fighting down here on the bottom lane, and the Viper and the Rubik get themselves caught out here. What were they doing, man? It's running in at the tail end of a bad engagement, and back up on the top lane, that engagement that we were watching to begin with. Magnus gets the better of that and finishes off the Marana. So, Los Meepos Hermanos, Breaking Bad parody, dropping down to a 5-kill deficit pretty early on in this game. We're looking at a 13 minute 45 seconds and 15 kills on the board, 10 of which are for Special Tactics of Dota. Man, I'm going to flame Cubano so hard for this. I'm going to message him. I'm going to tweet him. I'm going to be like, dude, you lost to a Magnus? Lost to a Magnus? Lost to a Rhinoceros? Those guys are extinct. Anyways, Volker kind of just derping out there for a second. Drops an ice wall completely away from Nyx. I wasn't even close. And Nyx just pops off that spike carapace and runs away. Looking back towards the CS chart, we've got still have a pretty decent lead for Marana. She's sitting at 68 now, so doing pretty damn well. The Gyro is starting to catch up now as he's at 61. Now, it's a pretty good number for him, especially considering he was in a contested lane. However, that number will only continue to go up from here. I don't think it was enough. Now, Nyx coming into this, looking for the Impale, but throws it off to the side, but does catch Invoker with that Spike Carapace, and with burning off all of his mana, there is no way for Invoker to get out of this. Moonlight Shadow is going to be popped, and he's going to try to juke himself out of that, but that is not the case. The Shockwave is just too much, and he gets finished off there. Down on the bottom lane. Sentry Ward getting dropped off, trying to finish up these Moonlight Shadowed heroes, but it's just not going to work just quite. Now, Living Armor is up on the Rubik, and oh my god, that call down mission does so much damage, and this Naga Sound getting popped right off the bat. Rubik going to try to run himself away with that Living Armor, getting a little bit of extra health out of that, and he's going to survive. So another death on the side of Los Meepos Hermanos, getting picked apart by a Team Sexual Transmitted Disease. Anyways, next up on the top, Impale misses. What a chump. Man, I do not miss the days where that was hero targeted. Used to be able to target Impale on a hero and it would hit every time, but no, you gotta ground target it now, and everything is right in the world. Timbersaw. Timbersaw? Not Timbersaw. Treant Protector. He's gonna take a fall. And still a double kill score on the side of STD, but Los Meepos get themselves a little bit of momentum and are going to be looking towards this Tier 1 tower as they move in with their army of illusions, forge spirits, and other such beings. Lots of damage going on this tower, but it looks like STD want to fight this. We got a TP coming in from the Nyx Assassin. The Song of the Siren popped off really prematurely. They could have just walked out of that. That was no problem. But the song does get wasted, and they will just back off. I guess they wanted that extra security, but I don't think they needed it.
Dire's
The
middle
top
tower
lane.
is
Mirana
under
looks like
attack.
she got an arrow on that treant, but that leech seed healing him up. I don't know if he's going to fall. He pops off the living armor and then sprouts underneath the tree, but that gives Mirana the ability to TP out, and she will get back to base just fine. Down on the bottom lane. Lane just kind of stabilizing once again. Viper going to try to move up and get himself some last hits. He's kind of starving in that department. He's got just about half of what the gyro has, so he hasn't been doing as well in this lane for last hitting, despite having gotten himself a couple kills. So he's 3-2-1. He's almost at that mechanism, which will really make a difference. He'll, of course, be going for that Mech Ags build, which is the pretty much standard for Viper now. Sometimes with pub games you still see like the... oh man, this Invoker just got gamed so hard. Oh man, Lich getting picked off down at... up at top. What was he doing up here? Okay. Gives a kill to the Mirana, and man, that Invoker. So he threw an auto attack on the Nyx. Nyx popped Spike Carapace to get that mini stun, and then used the mini stun to line up his Impale. And then the Impale hit, and then Magnus blinked forward, skewered back, and that was the end of that. So really well played by the Nyx there. That is knowing your hero, and grab himself a kill for it. 7-13 your kill score here at 18 minutes, 10 seconds into this game, and
Radiant's top tower has
top
fallen.
tower goes down. So what's that? That's the second tower of the game. Both go in the way of Los Meepos. So despite their 6 kill deficit, they are still sitting pretty well off in terms of tower kills. Now the Moonlight Shadow is popped off, so they're looking for some action here. And we'll see if they manage to find it. Nyx is vendetted up, but he's not going to know this is coming. He walks past a couple Forge Spirits, but he does not know that there's a huge slathering of heroes with that. And the net goes out onto the Gyrocopter. They're looking for it, but the Cold Snap is going out on the Treant Protector. He doesn't manage to pop off his ultimate as he keeps getting cancelled up. Now going on the Gyro. He does fall underneath the tower. Nyx turns around, gets a kill on the Rubik, but oh my god, a 3-man RP, 2-man skewer back into the tower, and with that Frost Blast, I think these heroes are all toast. Oh my god, the Forge Spirits ate every single shot from that. If that had bounced back to Viper, he was toast for sure. He still might be dead. Yeah, Shockwave finishes him off. So despite that very nice sneaky play, sneaking in behind the tower, and then nailing out that Gyrocopter over here, Magnus making the plays, gets a 3-man RP, skewers him back, and then shit happens. Viper runs away over here, gets up to here, he gets fucked, and that's the end of that. 16-9, a kill score, and a 3-for-2 engagement there, going in the way of sexually transmitted disease. You can't make that your initials and not expect it to happen, guys. I'm sorry. Mirana jumping in here, leaps underneath the tower, because why the fuck not? Tries to run herself away, eats a lot of damage, but will manage to escape there. Anyways, now returning to farm up a couple creeps here, and I think Los Meepos wants to try to push this, but I don't know if they can. There's a really good defense on the side of special tactics in Dota. They've got decent lane clear. I mean, the Lich clears up waves pretty nicely. You can see with the Ice Blast there. And Magnus can Shockwave and Blink Skewer and do all of these fancy things. So they are going to back off. Play pretty defensively, though, and this tower will fall. Naga Siren gets the kill on that. Meanwhile, Gyro gets trade up on the mid, though. He finishes off that tower and is sitting pretty right now in terms of farm. He actually didn't finish off his Helm of the Dominator and went directly for a Black King Bar after getting that Helm of Iron Will. So he's well on his way. He's about 1,000 gold off of that Black King Bar. Once he gets to that, that'll be a huge advantage for him. Now looking for this Treant Protector. Who died? Oh, Naga Siren died while she was retreating to the next assassin. Now Deafening Blast going to go out. And Treant trying to run himself away. Susceptible to Sunstrike maybe? No. He's healed up way too much. Gyro coming in, though. Pops off that Black King Bar. Oh, he had a flying out to him when I said that. So, anyways, that call down gonna miss and not gonna make much happen there. So, kind of a wasted BKB charge. He did manage to scare the enemy team off, but I think they were already retreating to begin with. That top lane, Mirana's still farming up. She's getting really good farm this game. And, I mean, 111 last hits at 21 minutes is nothing to scoff at. If she manages to pick up another 3,500 gold, she will have herself a Manta style, which is going to make a huge difference. I'd like to see a little bit of an earlier game item on her, like drums or something along those lines. I think it'd just help her fight quite a bit. can't kneel ways. Naga
Radiant's top
Sirens.
tower
Now
is
picked up
under
that
attack.
Medallion of Courage. She's got that armor shred for her team. Going to be very useful. Viper, now about a quarter of the way to his Aghanims, which would of course be his final form. His Ultra Mechadon, whatever, man. Lich got his Mechanism, and Magnus going for a Force Staff after his Blink, actually. So pretty interesting, actually. You don't usually see Blink Force on Magnus. Instead, most people opt for something along the lines of a Black King Bar or a Refresher Orb. We even saw Dendi today playing. He played Magnus in the MLG TKO tournament, I believe, and picked up a Mask of Madness and a Daedalus on Magnus. So we went for that semi-carry build, and it was actually really intense. It was pretty crazy. I mean, he was getting... The enemy team was pushing in like 4 versus him, and he got an RP off and killed 3 of them, and the other person just managed to escape. Like, it was absolutely nuts watching that. So definitely some viability to that recommended build with like the Battle Fury and the Daedalus and shit. I mean, not always the best. Dendi is Dendi and will do as he pleases. Doesn't mean you should play Pudge, but you know, whatever. Interesting builds on Magnus. Top here, Marana still farming up, now has her Manta style, and this Nyx looking for some action though. The Gyro's coming in, sets off a rocket, and the Impale is going to go without the Vendetta Strike because they feel they just need to finish it off, and that missile will follow her unless that gets popped. Oh, she tries to Manta it and actually does survive the damage. Gyro going to TP out, almost in range of the TK, but not quite. Nyx getting chased out here. Looks like they want to finish him off. Arrow going to fly. And oh my god, Magnus force-staffs himself into the arrow. Ping's coming out on him. They're looking for it, but they don't have anything to lock him down with. And oh my god, almost skewering the Naga Siren back, but that Moonlight Shadow will keep her stealth regardless. So really, really scary engagement on all fronts, but nobody actually dying. Gyro missile flying in towards that Invoker. God damn, I hate that missile. It's like the worst ability in the game, like using it wise, but like when you're playing against it, it's just like, fuck, this thing is so annoying. Hasterin down here, waiting to get snatched up by whoever does choose to find it. It looks like it will be the next assassin. Someone's across that haste. We'll see what he chooses to do with it. I think this Invoker was heading down there, so he might. So he probably knows that Nyx is in the vicinity, which he actually isn't, but that would be the safe assumption. If you see your rune disappear and you're heading towards the river, you say, get the fuck out. Viper up on top, just farming it up. Got himself an Ogre Club now, so he's got half his Aghanims and working towards the full and finished form. So we got almost all of the Force Staff up on the Rubik right now. Nixie's coming in. There's a Sentry Ward down back here, but this doesn't cover this high ground. And as the Invoker moves forward, Nyx testing his luck. They don't see him quite yet. There's not a gem, is there? No, there's no gem. Watch Naga plant this ward right now. Watch it happen. Nyx is being pretty careful. Stand next to the trees. He's got that haste rune if he needs it, but man, they're just pinging it around. This is so sketchy. There's like heroes on every side of each other and nobody knows it. Sentry Ward does go down on the mid here, so Nyx won't be able to make his advance any further, but either way, a Radiant Sentry Ward gets dropped here as well. Another Sentry Ward up front, so Nyx at least knows he's safe to operate in this area, which is good. This doesn't quite cover the Runestone. Actually, this one does now. Jeez. Wards get dropped everywhere. Yeah. Kind of, once again, it's just passive intimidation. Both teams just like staring each other in the eyes, but not taking a shot. There we go. Actually, wait, Invoker has a second drum recipe. He bought 2 of those. Oh, maybe not. He just wants to refresh his charges. I see. I see. Rocket flying out towards Invoker. Is that going to get popped? Yeah, it's going to get popped. Good. Fuck that rocket. I'm curious to see what Marana has coming down the pipeline. It could be a Desolator. We could be looking at a Diffusal or the Black King bar or anything along those lines. Really, she's pretty open as long as it's damage. Wards will get dewarded here. So after what 1, 2, 3, 4 sentries get dropped, they manage to find themselves a single sentry ward. Oh man, blink forward, skewer back on the Magnus, and Invoker gets finished off right off the bat. That is the Aegis of the Immortal, and they're looking to fight this up. The Frost Blast goes out, and the Call Down is going to land on a few. The Invoker does force staff himself back away. The Rubik is going to be the only casualty of this engagement here. Now Invoker running himself off. The Nyx looks like he's chasing, but what the hell? Is he visible?
Dire's bottom tower is under
This
attack.
Nyx is like setting up stuns and shit. Does see the Invoker now though. Probably be able to finish him off. There goes the Vendetta Strike, the Impale, and with the Mana Burn Dagon, Invoker gets popped. Top.
That
Mirana.
is ours.
A little bit too far up, gonna leap herself away. She does have a rocket chasing her, but I don't know if it's actually gonna catch her. Yeah, she's long gone. And doink. Gyro, Magnus put a little bit of pressure up on top. Going too crazy. And there we go. Oh man. Blink skewer by the Magnus, but Mirana should be safe to escape that. And what? Oh man, that arrow didn't hit. I think Rubik dropped him a little bit too far back. Now the Viper Strike is going to go out on the Magnus. He doesn't have any way out of this. He's got no Force Staff, got no Skewer, got nothing. He gets caught out and will die to the Viper. The Naga Siren in the meantime is dropped down on the bottom lane. It's probably to the Nyx says, and yeah, Nyx finds out that Naga, and is now sitting on a level 5, level 3 Dagon with the money to buy the level 4. So getting scary, man, getting scary. Gyrocopter got his Helmet Dominator and the Black King bar. Throws out Call Down for nothing but creeps, really. Just kind of, I mean, it's a pretty short cooldown. They're not going to fight in the next 45 seconds. He should be fine. Up in the top here, looking for that Nyx assassin, TK, but doesn't pull him back, and they're not going to look for that kill. Yeah, was stolen there by the Rubik. What's he got? Hey, he's got Spike Carapace. He's had that all game long, man. Every time a fight ends, he tries to steal something from Nyx, and it's Spike Carapace. Viper still working towards that egg. There's about 500 gold off of that. So once he actually finishes up the Aghanim Scepter, he'll have a little bit better, a little bit more utility in these fights. We got coming up on Magnus. I'm curious what his next item going to be. Probably Black King bar. We'll have to see. Looks like the Gyrocopter's going directly for a butterfly. He does have himself that Eagle Song and is now stacking up the Ancients while he finishes them off. And so he's going to have a lot of money at his finger, or he's going to have a lot of stats at his fingertips. Now looking for that Invoker. Looks like we had a Blink Skewer, but that turned south. But yeah, the Frost Blast is going to bounce between a bunch of people. Oh man, that could have been really ugly. Shockwave flying forward. Nyx! Wait, where's Nyx? Oh my god, Nyx was actually up behind there. Finishes off the Rubik and now looking for that Mirana, but the Moonlight Shadow will get that. They do pop off the dust though, so they can see Mirana. She's trying to run herself away, and it does look like she is going to escape with the help of a Force Staff from the Allied Invoker. Now we're going to fly, not going to catch anything as STD is on top of that. They're going to back themselves away. Totally safe. Alright, so I think this would be a good time to switch over to the net worth graph and see what we're looking at. So, 13,000 on the Gyrocopter, so he's sitting pretty right at the top of that chart. He's got himself a lot of gold, like I said. If they didn't shut him down early, he was going to start to take off, and he certainly has, sitting at almost 200 CS now, and he's got himself Black King bar, most of a butterfly, and he's got that helm, so he's attacking fast, he's attacking hard, and he's really, really tough to kill. Second place is the Mirana. She's been farming up alright, but like I said, that like I said this during the draft, Mirana is not going to stand up to a gyrocopter late game, even with the support of Invoker, Viper, etc. It's just not quite going to happen. So something they got to look out for. Nyx now purchased himself up Blink Dagger, so he's got even more ganking capability and in-out fuck you than ever before. Looks like we got a Roche attempt coming out here by Los Meepos Hermanos. Trying to get this going, and I don't see any reason why it won't happen in their favor. There is a ward up here spotting this out, but it is about to die, and actually I don't even know if it did spot it out. If they came in within this little area here, they would be totally undetected in doing this. So it looks like it is going to happen uncontested. STD is in the neighborhood, but they're not going for it, so they definitely don't know that this is happening. But either way, they will be in for a surprise in just a mere moment, as Roche is about to fall. I think Viper will probably be the one to get this. He does have his Aghanims up now, but looks like they're coming. They're ready to go. Song of the Siren is popped off. Are they going to manage to finish off Roche? Yeah, they do manage to finish off Roche and grab the Aegis, and the Naga is just going to try to walk away from this. So they use the Song completely defensively to finish off their Roche safely, and then move their way back to their tower. So completely understandable, well played, nice and safe. Gyro now has Butterfly? Butterfly. Just flew to him. So he's got that and will make a huge difference in this next fight. Now the Viper Strike is out on Lich, and we heard a Meepo falling on the backline with the call down coming down, dishing a lot of damage. The Treant's ulti lands, and oh my god, so much damage all over the place. Naga, Siren, Rubik both dead, and the Viper about to revive and die a second time. He's trying to run himself away, but it's just not going to happen. So he falls 3-0 is that engagement. 4-0 if you count the Aegis as a life. And most Meepos just not getting what they needed out of that. They needed to be able to retreat safely, and they just weren't. Now looking for that Invoker, the blinks forward. They do finally catch him with that next assassin. With the Dagon, they will finish off the Invoker. So Mirana is the only person left standing, and she's not going to do much against this. Probably the worst counter push on their team. So as the next wave of creeps catches up, they should be able to get in here and dish out a symmetric fuck ton of damage. Clearing out that wave almost instantly, and their creep wave has arrived to tank this up, so they should be able to grab themselves this tower without any real action being taken against them. I mean, they can try to fight it, but they don't have the Invoker, and they really don't have the damage, I don't think, to be able to eat through Frost Armor, Living Armor, and then whatever other armor auras are around, and specifically the Mechanism and the Ring of Basilius. So Desolator now snatched up by the Mirana, so she does shred some of that armor, which is very necessary this game, but all in all, it's just, who knows, it might be a little bit too late, too little too late. Rotating around, he's gonna head back to his jungle, farm up for a bit, nothing really stopping him. What is that? Dagon 4 and 5 on the Nyx? Yep, he gets Dagon level 5, doesn't have any TPs on him, but will find himself a regen rune here. So he's got the ability to jack up his mana however he wants. He will pop off that regen rune and then go instantly into his Vendetta as he moves in towards the mid lane here. So no sentries on the ground right now, so there's a possibility of him being able to jump in and cause some havoc, but it's just not the case at the current point in time. Now he does find a creep that's been stacking up camps there. Actually, that's his. Is that his? Yeah, that's his. He's showing up as a red blip on the mini-map. I was confused. Anyways, Nyx jumps into the middle of this. Almost finishing off the Mirana, but she gets mech'd. Jumps back out, and Mirana will survive that with a good deafening blast, catching 3. Oh my god, maybe. I thought that fight was going to get turned around, but doesn't look like that is the case. We got 4 heroes down on the side of Los Meepos Hermanos, looking for the 5th, and the Moonlight Shadow is going to stealth him up, but do they have dust or any sort of detection? They do. He is... How do they see him? Oh, they have a gem. They do have a gem on the Treants, and that will be a 5-for-2 wipe. Los Meepos Hermanos not having a good time out of it, and STD, Special Tactics of Dota, are firmly running away with this game. Let's take a peek at the graphs and see what kind of advantage they're at. Yeah, we were looking pretty even, and even... Oh, GG call. Really? 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 No, don't GG. I mean, it looks bad, but it's not over. Alright. Okay, so 36-minute game. They're gonna call it there, and GG, well played. I guess is the call. They just didn't feel it was worth their time to continue on and try to soldier it out. The Knicks was getting pretty ridiculous. 10-1-9. Magnus was landing some good RPs, and with that gem up on the Treant, there wasn't much they had in the way of fighting. So, fortunately for them, Los Meepos Hermanos drop game number 1, and a point will be shot over towards the Radiant side, which is Special Tactics of Dota. This has been Cptn.Canuck, and we will be getting this game 2 going in just a moment here. Stick with me.